In the last module, we have initialized Git in our project. So in this module, we are going to work with it. Okay, so I have cleared the previous commands in my terminal or git bash. So how we can do it? So for example, if you type something, how we can clear the previous command? We just have to give a clear command. Okay, we just have to type clear, then we have to press enter, and after that we can clear the previous commands. Now, before initializing Git, I have added a new file called learn.txt. So how we can see that the Git is tracking this file or not, or if we make any new feature or if we make any changes, is that file is tracked, or is that file is committed or made a change or something updated, like how we can see that? So basically there's a command for that, which is git status. Okay, so by typing git status, we can see the current status of the project. Okay, we added a new file called learn, but is it tracked by the Git? Okay, we will see that. So when we type git status, if you press enter, so there's a bunch of information here. Okay, so there's a bunch of information here. So basically the first line says after git status on branch master. So we'll learn about branch in future modules. So in the second line, we can say no commits yet. That means there is no changes made to the project. I mean, there is no records of the project. Okay, we have the previous module, we have saw that in GitHub we saw all the list of changes that made by other users in that project, right? If we make changes, when we give changes, people can see that okay, you made these changes in that project, right? So here it mentioned that there is no commits yet. Okay, so and also down here it mentioned untracked file. Okay, that means that there are learn.txt is available in that project, but that is not tracked yet. They have also mentioned you can do like this, and you can track the file via this command. Okay, so we are going to do that. Now we'll be regularly using git status command to see the status of that project. Okay, so now it's mentioned that untracked files, right? So we can track a file first. How we can track it? So we can type git add, and we can give dot for if there are many files available. If you want to add many files, all the files, you can type dot. If you want to add one specific file, you can type the name of that file. Okay, so I'll type learn, and if I press enter, and okay, learn.txt, I have to give learn.txt, right? So if I type this, and it has been tracked, but we don't know is it tracked or not. Okay, so how we can see it? We have to type git status. Okay, so after typing git status, it's same thing here. It's not committed yet, but there is a different command here. There is a different information here. Okay, so what it's mentioned? Okay, the untracked file are tracked now, but there are changes to be committed. Means it's tracked now, but you have to save that changes, right? How we can save the changes? They have mentioned, okay, if you didn't want it to track, you can remove that track. We will see that. Okay, it mentioned that untracked files are tracked now, but there are changes to be committed. So if you commit the changes, then the other people can see your commits that you made this change in this specific project. Okay, so now it's yet to be committed. How we can commit it? We just have to type git commit and dash message. So dash m means message, and after that in quotes, double quotes, we have to type a message. I'll type learn file added. Okay, so if I press enter, so it shows a different thing right now. Okay, so it didn't work properly. Okay, this is a proper command. All right, so git commit message learn file added. So now the Git wanted to know identity. Okay, so currently we are not using Git, and we don't know how to use Git currently, right? So how we can do it? Okay, now they want to know who I am. They wanted to know my email and username, because for example, if you are using GitHub or any other tools on the market, so if you want to use that, you have to type that email and username, because that's a place where you will collaborate with other people, right? So what we can do here is we can just copy this, and we'll just okay, sorry, we'll just copy this, and after that we'll paste here. All right, so we will paste this one. If you want to give, you can type your name. I'm just going to give it as it is. After we create account on GitHub, and then we will give our GitHub email and username. All right, for now we don't have to give because we are going to work offline. We are just going to enter this one, and after that I'm just going to copy the username part, and I'm just going to copy this again, and I'm just going to paste it. All right, now we have added email and username in our Git, so we can commit. Okay, so I have added once again because I have made a mistake here, the indentation error. So what we can do, it doesn't matter basically, we can still add, but I tried it again. Okay, you just can copy this, and if you want you can add your own name and own email. When you create a GitHub, so you'll add that same email and name. If you have already, if you're using same email for the GitHub, then no problem, you can use it. Okay, so now if I type git commit, then yum for like for message, and after that if I type the same thing, learn file added, it will look. So there's some information here. What's the information? Master roots commit and the name and learn file added. So they say it has been, changes has been made. We have saved changes. What was that changes? We added this file, right? Before even initializing it, we added these changes. We had these changes, but it's not tracked by the Git. Now this changes has been tracked by the Git. So it's here it's mentioned that one file change, 0 insertion and 0 deletion, means we didn't made any changes inside the file, we didn't write anything inside the file. So there's no information regarding that, but we have changed a file. It says we have changed a file, means we have initialized the file, and that changes has been tracked. Okay, so learn.txt has been tracked. So if we type git status now, if we type git status, it says that on a branch master, so same as that, and nothing to commit, working tree clean. So everything has been committed. So if we added a new file again here, for example, if we added a new file, touch extra. So if I added a new file, so you have added a new file here, I just have to refresh it. So if I added a git status again, so it says that okay, the earlier commit was added, right? But now we have made a new changes called extra, but it's not tracked by the Git. How we can track it? We just have to type git add. You can give git add dot for the all files. Of course, it won't be tracked because the learn file won't be tracked because it's already tracked, right? So you can give it freely. If you want, you can write the name of a file. Okay. So I will just type okay. Then it's added. And now what we have to do? Git add dot git commit message and extra file added, right? So if I type this, it says that okay, extra file added, one file change, 0 insertion, 0 deletion, create mode extra. Okay, now if we type git status, nothing to commit, working tree cleans. Now we know that how we can commit a changes. So every time we commit here, the Git will track all the changes that we make in the project. Okay, so you'll get all the information regarding that. And I'll clear this terminal now. Okay, so I have committed 2 commits. Okay, I have made 2 commits in this project. So how we can see it? There must be some command, right, where we can see all this. Of course, we can see through git status, but the only thing we can see in git status is what the current scenario is, right? So is that file committed or not committed, or any other changes made in that project, we can see through git status. But how we can see the changes that made already in the project? How we can see that? We can see that via git log. Okay, so when we type git log, these 2 changes, it shows 2 changes. Okay, so it shows it shows one hash code here, and so it's a different hash code which is attached to the previous hash code. All right, so here you can see this is the first commit that we made in the project. So here it's mentioned learn file added. So the other people who are working on that very project can identify that you have added learn file. Okay, and they will see who added learn file. Your name will be here. Okay, when you give your real name, your name will be here, and when did you make that particular change. Okay, it will be also mentioned here, so other people can see that what changes you have made, who are you, and when did you made that changes, and this is the id for that, and it's connected to previous one. Okay, so here also you can see extra file added. We have added extra file. When did we add that file? Monday, December 11 at this time. Okay, so it's a head master, so it's a main branch. Now it's a main branch. We will see about the branch in future modules. Okay, but for now we can see all the changes. It's a history of the project. Okay,